Hello, hey, this is Patrick from Joys of Carter Life. It's been a while since I did a video, so I thought I'd do one. I started talking to you a few minutes ago and realized I didn't have the camera on, so I have it on now. We should be good. I finally found my little tripod, so I don't have to hold on to the phone, so the phone won't be shaky. But anyhow, I want to talk to you. I want to give you a little story or situation. My wife and me, and my whole family. Dinner tables, you never know what's going to happen, what subject or anything carrying on, what is going to happen at the dinner table. Just, it happens that way. It was like that when I was growing up, and apparently it just moved right along to my generation, to my kids. So, but it makes lightheartedness. Well, that goes also for dates. If something weird or different happens, it always happens to me and my family. My daughter, we took her to a friend's house on Friday evening, and she was going to stay the night, and they had a great time. They went sled riding, and they lived kind of like on a farm, so she had a great time with all of them. But that's not the story. The story is what happened after we dropped her off. Well, my wife and me, we decided, it's been a long time since it's just been the two of us. So we went to Starbucks, and we sat there and we drank our coffees, and I don't drink coffee, so I always get the strawberry cappuccino thing with strawberries and all that stuff in it. So we sat there, talked, drank that, and thought, you know what, we haven't ate. Let's go across the street to the Mexican restaurant that we usually go to. But we decided we were just going to get tacos tonight. And in reality, why not? Everyone always goes for the chips and salsa anyhow. So anyhow, we went there, and they put us in this booth right before you go to the room where the bar and the bar set up and stuff. And we went to sit down. It's like a restaurant slash, you go through these set of doors and the bar section. Well, we went to sit down, and of course, no daughter with us. We decided to just sit with each other. What middle-aged people talk about, the children. So I got in first, and the reason is so I can hear, because I can't hear out of my left. That way we could have a conversation. Well, don't any of you tell me you have not done this, because I know everyone's done this. I was in the military, so I was trained, always to be aware of your surroundings. And you all know that too. And you know how it is sometimes. You see someone doing something that's just absolutely weird or ironic, and you might tell the person sitting beside you or across, look at the person at 5 o'clock. They're putting food in their purse. Something weird like that. Okay, so I hit 50 this year, and I thought I have seen it all, nothing shocks me. Well, this takes the cake. I was wrong. We were sitting there, and of course, my wife was on the outside, because remember, I'm on the inside, so I can't see directly out into where everyone else is sitting, but my wife can't. We're sitting there eating, and my wife leans into me, and she says, you gotta see this. Look at the guy straight ahead. And I kind of lean out a little bit towards her, and there's a gentleman sitting there and a lady sitting from him on the other side of the booth. So one was sitting here and across the table on the other seat. She was sitting across from him. She took her napkin and wiped his mouth. Well, I didn't think anything of it. I said to my wife, I said, well, maybe he's handicapped or some sort of disability. And we went back to eating, and she said, it's not a disability. She just wiped down his hands. I said, what? And I kind of leaned, she's like, oh, you got to see this. And I leaned up against her again. This lady actually stood up, reached across the table, and wiped this man's face like he was a child. I thought, oh my goodness, I've seen it all. This takes the cake. And I said, maybe we're missing something. And I went back and started eating. She said, oh no, you got to see this. She was wiping him down. Stood up, reached across, was wiping his hands, cleaning his face. And we went back. I looked at her, my wife looked at me, and we're just looking at each other. And I said to her, I said, you ever do that to me, that's grounds for divorce. And we started laughing. I said to her, I said, could you imagine women in our household, in our families doing that? And we just started laughing. I'm like, I could never see any of my aunts. My mom that's gone now, I could never have imagined her do that. And, you know, it's kind of weird. And my wife and me, we got married later. So we both had our own places. We both had our own jobs and everything. She's not one of those wives that do everything for me. I still pack my own clothes when we go on trips and things, all that kind of stuff, right? Well, so we started laughing about that. And so I guess the moral of the story is, if you have to clean up your spouse, don't make it so obvious. Don't treat them like a child. So I guess that's the moral of the story. And I guess not being so watchful either. But I can guarantee you we were not the only ones that was watching. People were watching. So, but you just never know in this day and society what you are going to see out there. So, yep, I was shocked. I was surprised. My daughter had a good time at her friend's house, and we had a good time going out to eat. So, all right. Well, just wanted to tell you that little story, what happened to us, and I hope you have a blessed day. Bye.